Hi everyone. So I reread the assigned articles and I definitely can see how I can reference them throughout this MLA portfolio. So I'm going to start off with the creative inquiry, discovering the unforeseen. What I really enjoyed about this one is the idea of identifying a passion, and then I connected that with another topic in this reading, the self-inquiry. So obviously the reading established that passion is the building block when it comes to creativity. You obviously need that to even get started. I feel like I've identified mine. Obviously I've talked about it being pop culture and the elements within it, so film and literature and kind of the fine arts track that I've been going down throughout this program. So once that's established, great. However, I really connected with this idea of self-inquiry because I took it as it's that source that helps a person ask deeper questions. So some of the questions that the article talks about with it is why does a person gravitate to one subject or research topic over another, and says another one, why is one road taken rather than another? And I think these are very important questions to ask because I think about my love for pop culture and I say fine, it's a huge passion of mine, but I need to ask why, and I need to ask deeper, more complex questions instead of taking an easy answer, because obviously that's not creative or critical thinking. So I need to ask, how does it affect my communication? How does it affect my value system? How does it affect the way I create relationships with people and form bonds? So those are all questions that take self-inquiry, that looking into myself and relating it to my love, my passions. So the other article stuck out to me as well, and that one is because there was kind of a whole discussion on culture and identity. So quote here on page 13, it says, the whole question of culture was closely tied to my identity. And that's how I feel about pop culture. So I want to take, obviously, the idea that pop culture shapes one's identity, and rather than talking about the shape of, or the forming of one's identity just due to nationality, I want to talk about it more on how does those elements of pop culture, so film and literature, how does that affect a person overall? How can these elements of pop culture tap in so hard to our emotions, and how can they become basically a part of our lives so much that they become a form of expression? They tap into our feelings. They can become a way to kind of cope with life. They can become escape mechanisms. They can, elements of pop culture can do all of this that forms a person's identity. So that's kind of how I connected both these articles to my path. And again, I think I'll be able to reference these a lot. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks.